Ladies and gentlemen, I am Adriaan Raubenheumer, the CEO of SAVF. I was appointed by SAVF's National Executive Board in November 2020. Over and above the normal tasks of a CEO, my goal is to ensure that the organization is positioned to survive the next phase in its life cycle.
Welcome on Flight SAVF 1. Our destination is the new business model of SAVF. As CEO, I will be in the captaincy for this flight. Today, we depart from SAVF National Office in Pretoria. We will slow down just above stall speed and highlight the business of the organization. Looking out on the port side, you will soon see the whole business model. It is important to understand why we had to reconsider the business model. We will ascend to such a height that you can see the drivers for change. During our flight, you will notice the stature of the new business model from a distance. It will be on your starboard side. We will explore the aspects that makes the new business model exceptional. I filed the flight plan for the reconstruction of SAVF, and it is called the Journey of Change. This plan is used to navigate from the old to the new business model. We will be flying in unknown territory, and we can expect some turbulence. For your safety and peace of mind, the flight plan makes provision for various alternative routes in order to automatically reroute when appropriate. During this flight, I will share the progress and the impact of the Journey of Change to date.
The 120th celebration again places SAVF in the minds of the people and prompted a number of questions. Who are we? What do we do? And how do we do business? What services and products do we sell? What is the link between SAVF and your business? And most definitely, how did we manage to survive for 120 years? These were the questions that jumped into my mind when I was approached in 2020. My curiosity to find the answers to these questions and the opportunity to turn the organization around is what convinced me to take up the challenge. Today I will showcase that SAVF's business model is in a class of its own. SAVF is an organization built by formidable people over many years, and it is living proof of continuous resilience and excellence. SAVF is in the business of providing care. In 2024, we touched the lives of 170,000 people across 5 provinces in South Africa: Gauteng, KZN, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and the Northwest Province. We comprise of 165 NPOs bound by our constitution into one organization. Strategically, we are managed by SAVF's National Executive Board. Operationally, we are managed by National Office in collaboration with provincial leadership and local management boards. We delivered services to children at our 5 child and youth care centers, 3 foster homes, and 21 ECDs, to families at 50 social work offices and shelters. The older person, we have 42 housing schemes, 31 old age homes, 8 community centers, and 14 life right-based retirement villages. We have close to 3,000 employees, and we are privileged to have over 1,600 actively involved volunteers. We are unique because 80% of our income is generated on a semi-commercial basis by delivering services in our ECDs, housing schemes, old age homes, and retirement villages. We do receive subsidy from some of our residents in our old age homes. 20% of our income is required to operate the outreach services. These services are dependent on government subsidy. The big question is, how will SABF, non-profit organizations, and companies in South Africa, as well as the rest of the world, survive in the so-called new world? To survive, leaders must focus beyond the short-term derailment activities and attend to the more fundamental issue, namely, the sustainability of the organization in a continuously changing environment. Change creates opportunity. To survive, organizations must embrace change. Change is the prime driving force for strategy in any organization. It promotes creativity and encourages new ways of working and seed innovation. Therefore, survival requires that the leadership and the managers of organizations capitalize on frequent disruptive change and react with new strategies to resolve disruptive events faster than the rate that these events happen in the environment around us. We have just confirmed that change is the driver for strategy. So what were the external drivers for change in SABF? The COVID-19 pandemic created devastation on economic and personal level. It had severe impact in all our lines of business. ECDs had to close doors for up to a year, and we had to rebuild the ECD business. The decline in bed occupancy in homes for the aged had a huge impact on income and forced facilities to dip into their savings to keep doors open. And we are still battling to fill the facilities to capacity. Also, the riots in KZN, the war in Ukraine, load shedding, and the electricity crisis. All these changes in the external world had resulted in a world littered with uncertainty and fear. Let's take a look at the internal drivers for change. To do this, we will start with SABF's old business model. The old business model is based on social enterprises directly related to our core business. Income diversification is ensured by inclusion of various lines of business: ECDs, housing schemes, old age homes, retirement villages, etc. Other changes in SABF's income add to the list of drivers for change. Government subsidy. SABF's total subsidy income reduced by 7% since 2002. A large percentage of the residents in our old age homes is subsidized. The subsidy allocation per person did not escalate in line with inflation. It actually decreased in real terms. At old age homes, the subsidy amount plus the SASSA grant of the resident barely covers 45% of the average unit cost. This leaves SABF with the responsibility to raise the 55% shortfall if it is not covered by the resident. This is the challenge when receiving government subsidy. Government subsidy funding is needed to operate the social work offices, shelters, and CYCCs. When governments stop or delay payment of subsidy, SABF have to stand in for the unpaid subsidy. This creates a huge business risk. Fundraising and donations. The post-COVID economic conditions is clearly visible in the decline in this category. It decreased by 15% since 2002. Revenue for services. On the positive side, we are very proud to announce that revenue from services delivered have increased by 20% since 2002. This is in line with our new business model, where facilities take the responsibility to generate funds through service delivery. SABF's bottom line. Our financial challenges started long before COVID, and NEB had to intervene. Although diversified, the current business model is not sustainable because of the substantial reliance on government subsidy and the associated business risk. Due to the challenges experienced with subsidies, SAVF's National Executive Board passed a resolution to position the organization to become less dependent on subsidies, thereby showcasing responsible citizenship. This brings us to the final three drivers for change. Firstly, market position. Historically, SAVF focused on serving the vulnerable. This market focus made it impossible to escalate price for services in line with the inflation rate. Current economic conditions affect pensioners across the income line. The high income or extended market is looking for cost-effective alternatives, but do not want to sacrifice on service. This created an opportunity for SAVF to reposition in the market. This trend is true for all our lines of business. Secondly, the status of our infrastructure. Most of our facilities were designed and built 50 to 100 years ago. Financial challenges left the maintenance of buildings as a last option in the budget, creating a backlog. It is further important to note that the retirement industry has undergone a major facelift. The institution-like configuration of our buildings are not in line with the needs of today's client. That's driving the reconstruction of SAVF. Thirdly, service delivery and attitude of staff. Worldwide, elderly care is criticized as being mediocre and not up to standard. The question remains, why is nothing done about it? We understand that service and the way that staff deals with clients makes or breaks your business. We took up the challenge and decided that service and attitude of staff shall be the driver for change in our new business model. SAVF's new business model. The drivers for change and the resolution of NEB to become less reliant on government subsidy left us with no other option than to reconsider our current business model. We had to redesign a new model that ensures sustainability for the next phase in SAVF's life cycle. Characteristics of the new business model. It embraces performance, innovation and profit. Differentiates our business by repositioning it to offer services to a larger client base that is not dependent on subsidy. Offer various income streams through diversified social enterprises directly related to our core business. Positions SAVF to be the organization of choice in all our lines of business. Focus on superior service as the leader in the industry that we serve. Position SAVF with our stakeholders. Focus on the development of CSI relationships. As responsible citizens, we aim to be less reliant on subsidies. We will create alternative sources of income by developing social enterprises indirectly related to our core business. The King 3 and 4 reports, as well as tax legislation, paved the way for our new business model. With this change, we put our business and brave hats on. We journey into the world of business and take the responsibility to create and operate our own for-profit companies to generate alternative sources of income. We will continue to reach out to the vulnerable, but now within our financial means. This requires a significant change in the mindset of all involved in SAVF. In line with our new business model, SAVF's future income structure: 70% services, 22% alternative income, 3% subsidy, and 5% fundraising and donations. So as business leaders, you know exactly what our next steps had to be. Generate a turnaround strategy for the organization called the Journey of Change. It is the roadmap to navigate from the old business model to the new business model. It contains the game plans that facilities must use to turn their facilities around. The game plans are derived from the vision, mission, and objectives and the drivers for change. Game Plan 1. Stabilize and optimize the facility to break even. Game Plan 2. Reposition your lines of business with focus on the huge opportunities in the extended portion of the market. Become less dependent on subsidy. Game Plan 3. Develop alternative sources of income not related to your core business. Opportunities for this game plan is managed from national office. We followed the roadmap for the journey of change. We supported all staff members and volunteers to engage in the journey of change. We aligned everyone with the objectives of the organization, providing them with the platform to achieve success. Congress 2023 launched the next phase in the life cycle of SABF with the approval of the updated SABF vision and mission to provide care for people with social needs as a sustainable national organization to render social services to children, families, and the older person in order to empower them to improve their quality of life. SABF's new objectives: superior service, providing effective and efficient care services in relation to the need and well-being of the client. We are redesigning our services for the client of 2050. Approachable attitude, providing care services while creating an atmosphere for the client to feel comfortable and special during service rendering. Value, providing care service where the benefit exceeds the expectations and the price for the service. Family-friendly facilities, providing care services in an environment that is accessible, appealing, and fit for the purpose it is used for. We are reconstructing our infrastructure and embracing technology for the client of 2050. New constitutions for SABF, provinces, and facilities. And SABF's new branding. Paved the way to the new SABF. We are busy with the turnaround of all SABF facilities as part of the journey of change. Game Plan 1 and 2 is used to stabilize and reposition the facilities. ECDs is seen as our commercial business. We expect significant revenue generation from them. We had to rebuild the ECD business post-COVID, and they are well on the way again. We are expanding our capacity of our key ECDs, and we will open new ECDs in major cities. SABF is already growing, and we are proud to announce the incorporation of SABF Cosmos in Van Dyks Park and SABF Princess Home in New Makelneuk during 2024. We are awaiting the license approval of our first subacute hospital. We plan to open 6 acute hospitals within our footprint. We are participating in a new hospital project in Limpopo. We are awaiting the finalization and kickoff. Development of private social services company. Development of the CSI opportunities, especially for our ECD business, has been prioritized. The SAVF Academy is the platform that we use to formalize the training needed to reposition SAVF. We plan to generate significant income by offering all our training programs to other MPOs. All SAVF charity shops will be rebranded to trade as Grafay 1904. The reconstruction of these shops is priority to serve as an alternative source of income for facilities. We have just launched the Check ID verification service offering. This service will be provided through 30 satellite offices within our footprint. The outcome of the journey of change is to be a sustainable organization that delivers superior service through staff with an approachable attitude, offering value at family-friendly facilities, positioning us as the leaders in the industry that we serve. The journey of change was the catalyst for engagement and alignment with already visible business success, providing the blueprint for 2025. One's destination is never a place, but a new way of seeing things. It is just your springboard to excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, this was an overview of the first leg of our flight on the journey of change to 2050. We invite you to remain frequent flyers as we continue to develop plans to ensure that SAVF becomes the organization of choice for clients beyond 2050.